Hey Broncos country, how's the vibe out there? Bringing you some fresh content straight from the oven for all of you who live and breathe the orange and blue of our Denver Broncos. Today, we're diving headfirst into the 2025 NFL Draft, which is coming in hot. And I'm going to tell you about some running backs that are real sleepers, those guys nobody's talking much about, but could be the game changer we need in the backfield. So grab your beer, adjust your Broncos cap, and come along with me, because this video is packed with info to get any fan hyped. You know 2025 is a crucial year for us. After an eventful offseason with Sean Payton pulling the strings and Bo Nix proving he's here to stay, our offense needs a little more punch, right? And that's where these hidden gems from the draft come in. The April 14th, 2025 Broncos Wire article is shining a light on 3 running backs who might be a perfect fit for our system. So stay tuned, because I'm going to tell you all about them, analyze how they fit into our team, and I want to know what you think in the comments. Who's the guy that's going to make Mile High Stadium shake? Drop that like to support, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell, because today we're talking future, touchdowns, and glory for the Broncos. Before we dive into the names, let me set the scene for you, Broncos country. Our running game in 22-24 was, let's say, okay, but not exactly what we dream of when thinking of an explosive offense. Javonte Williams, the guy we loved, ended up leaving, and in 2025, he signed with the Cowboys as a free agent, becoming one of their top acquisitions for the season. Now we've got Jaleel McLaughlin and Audric Estime holding it down. These guys are warriors, but we're still missing that RB1 who makes defenses tremble, you know? The kind of guy who takes the ball and leaves the secondary in the dust. Sean Payton has already made it clear that he wants a versatile running back who runs hard, catches passes, and, if needed, blocks like a tank. And with the 2025 draft coming, up from April 24 to 26 in Wisconsin, we have a golden opportunity to find that guy. Broncos Wire highlighted that our GM, George Paton, is keeping an eye on the mid-rounds, like from the 2nd to the 6th round, to unearth talent. And you know what's awesome? This draft is loaded with running backs who have star potential without costing a first-round pick. So while everyone's talking about Ashton Jeanty or Omarion Hampton, we're going to dig deeper and find those sleepers who might steal the show. And I want you with me on this, folks. Who do you think Payton will target? Drop it in the comments as we move forward to check out the 3 names that are turning heads. All right, now it's time to introduce the underdogs who could become heroes in Denver. Broncos Wire listed 3 running backs who aren't on everyone's radar but have everything to shine in our system. Let's break it down, because each of these guys has something special to offer. First guy on the list, Brashard Smith from SMU. This kid is like a Swiss Army knife, Broncos country. He started as a wide receiver at the University of Miami before becoming a running back at SMU, and that alone shows how versatile he is. In 2024, the guy ran for over 100 yards and scored 12 touchdowns with an insane average of 6.3 yards per carry. But what really gets you excited is his receiving ability: 45 receptions, 512 yards, and 4 TDs through the air. Imagine this guy in Payton's system coming out of the backfield to catch a pass and leave a linebacker on the ground. That's the kind of play that makes the stadium explode. On top of that, he's 5'10", 194 pounds, and has a speed that reminds you of our old favorite Philip Lindsay, that underdog we love. Smith isn't the strongest guy, so he's not going to be that power back who bulldozes through the line, but in open space? My friend, that's trouble for defenders. He's projected to go between the 3rd and 5th rounds, which is perfect for our plan to unearth talent without spending too much. So, what do you think, folks? A guy with those hands as a receiver and that speed fits with Bo Nix running the offense? Tell me. Next on the list, Jordan James from Oregon. This one's for those who like a running back with punch. He's 5'10", 205 pounds, and runs with a mix of power and agility that makes you think of guys like Terrell Davis. Yeah, I know, heavy comparison, but let me dream, okay? In 2024, James ran for with 300 yards and 15 touchdowns with an average of 6 yards per carry. He's the type of back who doesn't go down on first contact and always picks up those extra yards that change the game. What I like most about James is that he's a 3-down back. You know what that means, Broncos country? He stays on the field on third downs, blocks well, and can still catch passes if needed. In Peyton's system, which loves to confuse defenses with play action and routes out of the backfield, James would be like a new toy in the hands of a creative coach. He's also expected to go between the 3rd and 5th rounds, so he's another name that won't break our bank of picks. Imagine Bo Nix handing the ball to James in the red zone. That's a touchdown for sure. You feeling the hype, or is it just me? Drop a comment if James is the guy you want to see in orange and blue. Lastly, but definitely not least, Paschal Tootin from Virginia Tech. This guy is the dark horse on the list, folks. He's 5'11", 209 pounds, and is that type of runner who combines power with surprising agility. In 2024, he ran for 150 yards and 13 touchdowns, plus he caught 30 passes for 350 yards and 2 TDs through the air. Tootin is like an all-purpose back, perfect for a team like ours that needs versatility to keep defenses guessing. One thing that caught my attention about Tootin is his story. The guy started at a smaller college, North Carolina A&T, before blowing up at Virginia Tech. This reminds me of the Broncos' spirit, grit, hard work, and proving others wrong. He's also good at kickoff returns, which could be a bonus since our special teams need a boost. Projected to go between the 4th and 6th rounds, Tootin is the kind of gamble that could turn into a legend in Denver. So, Broncos country, do you think Tootin has the mile-high look, or is he just another one we let slip by? I'm curious to know what you think. All right, now that we know these 3 sleepers, let me tell you why they could be the missing ingredient in our offense. Sean Payton is a guy who loves to build a dynamic offense with multiple weapons to confuse defenses. And with Bo Nix at the helm, we need a running back who complements the passing game and keeps the defenses honest. Let's break down how each of these guys fits in. Brashard Smith is perfect for exploiting the play action and short passes. With Nix being a QB who likes to spread the ball around, Smith could be that guy who catches a screen pass and turns it into 20 yards. He'd also take some pressure off our receiving corps, which still needs an elite WR1. Imagine Smith lining up in the slot on some plays. That's the kind of creativity Peyton loves. Then we have Jordan James, who brings that balance we need. Our ground game needs consistency, and James is the guy who can give you 5 yards per carry, even when the offensive line isn't having its best day. He's also a red zone threat, which would be a relief for a team that sometimes struggles to finish drives with points. With James in the backfield, Nix would have more room to work with the passing game because defenses would respect the run. And what about Paschal Tootin? This guy is the wild card. He can do a little bit of everything, run between the tackles, escape to the outside, catch passes, and even help with returns. In a team like ours, which is building an offensive identity, having such a versatile player is gold. Tootin could be that guy who steps on the field and changes the rhythm of the game, like a joker in Peyton's deck. And you know what's even better? Broncos country? None of these guys will cost us a first-round pick, which frees us up to use the 20 pick on another position, like a monster wide receiver like Tetairoa McMillan, or even bolster the defense. So, I want to hear from you. If you had to pick one of these 3, who would you bring to Denver? Or do you think we should aim for someone else? Drop a smart comment because I read everything. Folks, the 2025 draft isn't just about finding a running back. It's about shaping the future of the Broncos. After years of trying to figure out the post-Peyton Manning path, we finally have a solid foundation with Bo Nix, a defense that's among the best in the league, and a coach who knows what he's doing. But to take the next step, like seriously competing in the playoffs, we need pieces that bring explosiveness and versatility. Broncos Wire also mentioned that Peyton is approaching this draft with a clear plan. Find value in the middle rounds. And with 7 picks total, including 2 in the 7th round, we've got plenty of ammo to work with. Besides running back, we can dream about a top wide receiver, an offensive line upgrade, or even a pass rusher to help Baron Browning and Jonathan Cooper. But the ground game is the priority, because without a balanced attack, even Knicks will struggle against defenses like the Chiefs. And hey, Broncos country, the draft is like Christmas for fans. It's that time of year when we dream big and imagine who the next team icon will be. So tell me, what's your biggest dream for the draft? Are you looking for one of these sleeper running backs or aiming for a bigger name like Quinton Judkins? And don't forget to share this video with your fellow fans. Let's spread that orange and blue passion. And now, we've reached the end of this journey, Broncos country. We talked about the sleepers, Brashard Smith, Jordan James, and Payshul. Tootin', 3 guys who could turn the game for our offense in 2025. I'm hyped about the possibilities, and I hope you guys are too. The draft is right around the corner, and we're going to live every pick like it's a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Now, it's your turn. Which of these running backs is your favorite? Or do you have another name up your sleeve? Drop that comment. Share your thoughts, and don't forget to hit that like button to support the channel. Subscribe, hit the bell, and join me on this journey because the Denver Broncos are just getting started in writing this new chapter. See you next time, everyone, and go Broncos!